Hello, friends. It's Sarah Keen. It's almost the end of February. We are currently in the second week in between two eclipses. There was a solar eclipse earlier, and now we're getting ready to have the lunar eclipse. And this lunar eclipse is bringing with it a reset of the inner world, a reset of some of the patterns that we had been holding on to, perhaps even a reset of the nervous system. And we are, as we're in the second piece, the second half of the Eclipse Portal, I'm noticing this energy. So, this is why I'm making this video, is because I'm noticing this energy that people have just been moving through, where all of a sudden, kind of halfway in between, we're noticing this like a total exhaustion moving forward. And it seems like each, people that I talk to are having like a day or two of the exhaustion, and then they start to move into this place of I'm not sure what I'm doing. I'm not sure is like a distancing of things. This feels to me like void in a very positive sense, a void where we are unbecoming, a void where we move into the space of nothingness and everythingness. This is a grand reset that we are moving into. Around on the 28th of February, we're going to have 9 planets in Aries aligning in our sky. And that is something we haven't had in thousands of years. So, this amazing alignment is really bringing us into a consciousness reset. And so, what I'm understanding from the guides is that this second week of the eclipse, this falling away of all of the old identity or programs of things can just drop away easier when we're in a space of void. And so, if you've had or having a space where you feel like you just don't feel like anything in particular, what's happening is that you're starting to attune with the next thing, and so the old thing doesn't resonate anymore. And that's, if you have the space, it's the perfect time to settle down, to just not do. um, Sometimes when we are in a space of no tension or not doing, we allow ourselves to really let go of all of the things that we used to identify ourselves with. So I've made a meditation for you to connect with your essence, with your higher self, with your soul, with your spirit, whatever part of that you feel is the bigger piece of you that is not located in this little human body as much, but like everywhere around. This is the practice that feels like it wants to be seen and heard right now. When we don't know what we're supposed to do, this is the perfect time to call in for the part of us that knows the plan better than the human part of us does, than the logic part. It's the perfect time to allow for a new plan to come forward, to upgrade. Maybe we have a plan, and that plan can get upgraded or attuned to even a higher frequency. What I do think is that the place and consciousness that we are moving into in the next 10 and 20 years is very different than what we have been moving through for centuries. And it takes a different consciousness for us to solve or to figure out how to move through that than we've had before. So, this is the time when the part of us that is infinite knows the plan better. That part of us can connect with the guides of the planet that are moving it into this higher density, that are helpful guides of the children that are now coming into the planet, that are being born in the last 5 years or so, and being born, after this date. These children are different than the ones in the past. Many of them are coming in without a lot of past lives on this planet or no past lives on this planet. And so we are getting ready to usher in a new wave of souls. And so when we allow for our higher spirit, the higher infinite essence of us, to connect in with future times, because our essence is not, it's not located in this time or space. It is infinite. And so it is connected to the guides that are bringing in all of these beautiful, wonderful, higher frequency children. Let's connect with those guides. Let's see what we can be or do, or the energy that we can create that will harmonize the planet for what they need it to be for. Many light workers are getting ready to complete their mission that they started thousands and thousands of incarnations being here, supporting people with the awakening of the planet and the soul through this time frame. And we're getting ready to bring in these other children. We're getting ready to release the planet, to let it go to these children. We're untying our ties. We're unbinding ourselves from this karma that the planet holds. And that's big work. The releasing and letting go, that's a lot. And what better of a way to do that than to connect with your higher essence that's always stable, always safe, always secure. It's not limited to what we think we are. It's time to connect to that piece of us more often. So just being guided. So after the lunar eclipse that is coming up on March 3rd, we are moving into, there's a little bit more of a pickup of the energy again. So if you're feeling like a displacement of time and space, or like a slowdown, or the void that I was speaking about, languish in that for a bit, luxuriate in that space for a little bit, because we are going to move again into a little bit of a faster pickup. Once we start to move into March, once we hit the end of this eclipse portal here, and then moving into March. So we're going to want this rest that we are getting right now. I'm being guided that this is our deepest work is to not do right now, and to be present. One of the practices that's perfect in this time is a practice of contemplation. When we contemplate, we're not forceful with anything. We're not forceful with an agenda. We just are being. And so if you notice some sort of a resistance come up or an emotion come up, don't try to change it. Just imagine that you're sitting down with it and you are being present with it. Don't try to do or make it or shift it. Just offer it a smile. And perhaps it has a story to tell you, and you can just keep nodding your head and smiling. Yep, I understand. What if you didn't have to do anything with those emotions or resistance? What if you just sat in contemplation and watched the other part of you go through those emotions? And what if you just loved on that part of you, just opened your heart and smiled? Yeah, you got this, right? We're getting through it. You could just offer it that help. Okay, friends. Lots of big changes coming. Keep a lookout for ways that you can support yourself with meditation, past life regressions coming up as well, appointments, connect in, see what your spirit guides have to tell you about the transformations that you're getting ready to move through, that you're moving through. What is coming up? How can you best move through it, handle it? What practices are working for you, or can you course correct and help those practices work better? All right. I'm sending you all my love.